Hey everyone, it's Nancy McNally, and today is block 4 of Baskets and Blooms. Now the name of the block is Queen Charlotte's Crown, and I had to tweak the block because the original block is only 10 inches, and in order for me to increase it to 12, the cutting wasn't really nice numbers, if you know what I mean. So I played around with the block, tweaked it a little bit, and I decided the best thing to do will be to create the 10-inch block and then add our framing. So as you can see here, I'm working on the blue version, the navy blue version. Now, the piecing instructions are the exact same for the other version, which is just where you use all the same background, which is background number 2. This is background number 1. It's the same one that I used in the center star. All right, so let's get started. So if you haven't downloaded your pattern yet, make sure you go grab that off the website. Again, it's Baskets and Blooms, block number 4, Queen Charlotte's Crown. So first off, again, I am making the navy blue. We're going to be doing 2 methods of half square triangles. So you're going to need your background square fabrics for both colorways and both methods. So we're going to start with the 2 at a time. Now this is the navy blue. I've already drawn the diagonal line. You're going to go right sides together, and you're going to stitch a 1/4 inch on this side of the line, a 1/4 inch away, then turn it around and sew the other side, 1/4 inch away from that drawn line. You will cut a part on that drawn line and you will have 2 half square triangles. Press and trim them to the size in the pattern. Next, you're also going to make 2 at a time half square triangles out of the green and the orange. Side note, if you're doing the other colorway, you're going to use the 8 at a time method for these colors. So follow along for that on this one right here. Now here we have the denim wash fabric. We need to make 8 half square triangles, so I thought it would be better to do the 8 at a time method. It just kind of mixes things up a little bit. So let's get a closer look. I'm going to take my ruler and do this. Ha ha ha. Okay, so I have 2 diagonal lines from corner to corner. That creates the X. Then you're going to divide the block in half and draw a line from top to bottom and side to side, making the block drawing it in half. So you have an X and a plus. You're going to stitch a 1/4 inch away on both sides of only the diagonal lines. Only the diagonal lines. Do not do that on your up and down, your plus sign. Those are cut lines. Next, after you've sewn everything, and you will have all of this right here, you will have stitches that cross over right here. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Don't worry. Just stitch right over, right over. Next, you're going to cut apart on all the drawn lines, both diagonal lines and your plus sign, your top to bottom and side to side. Open all the half square triangles. You will have 8. Trim, press first, and then trim each to size. If you have a rotating cutting mat, then I suggest you use that in order to cut these apart. But if you don't, it's okay. You are going to cut apart on all the drawn lines. Noticed how I angled it so it's a little bit easier to get to. But you don't have to do that. All right, so we're just going to cut these apart. Step, once you finish cutting them all apart, you have 2, 4, 6, and 8 half square triangles. Open each, press, and trim them to the correct size. All right, it is time to get started on the next part of our pattern, So I thought this was the next section, but it's making the flying geese. So we're going to work on your flying geese. So you're going to need your D triangles and your C triangles. The method is the same for both colorways. The only difference, I'm using the navy blue, you'll use a lighter color, one of your cream backgrounds. Okay, these flying geese are very easy, and I did give you a little wiggle room. We're going to go right sides together, align triangle tip to triangle tip, raw edge or cut edge to cut edge. We're going to sew a 1/4 inch seam. Now, all right, there's our first side, and I've already pressed it. Now, you're going to take your next one, do the same thing, align it up tip to tip on the other cut edge. If you need, again, place a pin in it so it holds it there and it doesn't move. I promise you, these things will move. All right, now we're going to sew here, press. You're going to make 2 for each block, so that's a total of 4. Now we need to trim these to size. So I'm going to turn it sideways and grab my rotary cutter and use one of your favorite rulers. I'm actually going to, let's see if I want to, no, I want to use this one. I like my larger rulers better because I can handle them. Okay, so we're going to, now what I'm doing is I've aligned the 1/4 inch right here, so I have a little excess, so I have my 1/4 inch seam allowance. I line it right where the 2 red triangles cross over each other. And then we're going to trim. Now, in case you need to rotate it and trim if anything hangs out past here according to the measurements in the pattern. And then I'm going to trim off the little, what do we call these? Mouse ears, dog ears, I don't know. Just trim off these little triangles. And I always have like a little garbage bowl nearby just to throw those in so I don't have to keep reaching under my table. Okay, there you go. So make 4 of these. For our next step, you're going to need your red and blue or red and cream half square triangle. Place it just like this. Your green triangle goes to the left. Your apricot triangle goes to the right. You will also need your E triangle. We will use this last. You will be folding this in half, so if you want to stop and fold in half and crease with your fingers or crease with the iron, go right ahead. This is the side that you will be folding in half to crease so you can line it up with that. I'm going to move these out of the way. So now, this is very easy. You can attach the green first or you can attach the red. It doesn't matter. The end result is the same. So in the pattern, I believe I have the green. So I'm going to pull this a little bit down here. You're going to go right sides together, and the corner of your green triangle aligns with that seam in your half square triangle. That's easy peasy, right? And it is going to go past the half square triangle. And the reason I'm telling you that is recently I was on quilt retreat and I was helping a friend. She was very confused at the pattern she was reading, and it was this type of unit, but in the illustrations the designer did not show that the triangle that was attaching to the square was longer than the square or larger than the square, and she kept cutting fabric because she thought it was wrong, and she got so frustrated she put the pattern away, pulled it back out later on, and as I was walking by I was like, oh, that's a really pretty pattern. And she said, I'm having such a hard time with it. She's not a new quilter, but she had never done this type of unit before. So I sat down and helped her, and I thought, I think it's important for us as designers to show that there is excess that goes past it because it really throws you. Okay, now back to sewing. We're going to go right sides together. Align that triangle corner to that angled seam. Now, notice both sides of the triangle are touching your half square triangle. Please put a pin or a clip in the side you need to sew. And it's this side right here, and I'm trying to do this on camera so it doesn't, I know what, I'll just do it right here. Okay, I need to sew that side right there. So let's take this to the sewing machine and get this sewn. Now I'm going to take this out because I have to put it right here, because otherwise I won't be able to take it out. Okay, let's get this sewn. Okay, I'm going to place it back in. Now I've pressed it. Put it back on top where it was. Now we're going to do the orange one. We're going to do the same thing. The corner aligns on that seam. Get it lined up. There we go. I'm going to hold it in place. I'm going to grab the pin and place a pin in it. I'm just trying to prevent you from having to rip seams. Okay, now we're going to sew that and press. All right, let's move these out of the way because you can see I've already got these sewn. But we need to trim them to size. So I suggest you get a ruler that it is easy to hold. This ruler has these lines on it right here. Can you see this 45 and this 45? And it shows where they cross over. That's your seam allowance. So we're going to place that directly on the lines, the two 45-degree lines. We're going to place that directly on the square. It's a 3.5 by 12.5 inch ruler, and I love it. Okay, so now here's the 1/4 inch. Hold it, whoops, hold it steady. Maybe place a finger on the outside of the ruler. And now let's trim off the excess, because I did make these oversized just for this purpose. Okay. Now, you're going to take your E triangle, you're going to fold it in half, pinch it with your fingers. Now I'm going to take that crease and I'm going to line it up with that center right there. And I am definitely putting pins in this because this will move. I swear, triangles, even though you've sprayed it, you've prepared it with fabric starch, there is just something about triangles. They just have a mind of their own. Okay, now it's time to sew our 1/4 inch. You can either sew it from this side or you can sew it from this side. And this E triangle is slightly larger, so we will be trimming down. And look, there we go. See, wasn't that easy? Get this pressed and then we trim it to size. Now, when you trim this one to size, you should only have to trim from the E triangle. You should not have to trim from here because we already took what we needed of the 1/4 inch. You're going to hold it steady. You're going to trim each one down to the size listed in the pattern. And looky there. Look how nice that looks. Love it. Okay, I'm going to finish up these and then we're going to move on to the next part, which I believe we're going to be making the corners, and then there's the center strip. This is a neat block, isn't it? Okay, I'll be right back. Now we're going to work on making the top right corner and the bottom left corner. The top right corner has a green half square triangle in it, and the bottom left has an orange, or excuse me, apricot half square triangle. So you're going to lay out your flying geese, half square triangle, your F. This is your F square, and another half square triangle that is the denim wash color. You're going to join those together. Now let's do the bottom row. So we're going to need the orange half square triangle. I'm going to place this like this so that my navy blue is on the inside of the block. Going to need one of these. This is the denim wash. And when you put the center row of these, this denim wash and blue look like a flying geese unit. And the denim wash and your cream colored background, same thing. It's going to look like a flying geese unit. All right, so we need a flying geese. We're going to line that right up here. I need another F square. Put that right there. And I need an orange. half square triangle. Okay, I'm going to sew these together. I'll be right back. All right, so I just laid these here. So this is the top row, here's the bottom row. I've not joined them together yet. We have our middle row right here. Now check the placement of your outer half square triangles, and then you're going to add 2 oranges, and look at the placement of the green. So we want to sew these together. Sew them together, press. Make sure they are the length stated in the pattern. Next step, we will join these two together, and then I join the center. Okay, let me get this together. So my block is together. The next step is just to get the framing on here. But look, take a look. Do you see the basket in this? Just don't look at this, and don't look at this. And look here. Here's the basket. Here's its pedestal, and here's its basket. Here's the basket. So that was another reason why I named this quilt Baskets and Blooms. It's like they just kept popping up. Okay, so now we got to do our framing. And you're doing the framing whether you did the blue block, the blue version, or if you're doing the cream colored backgrounds. So you're going to sew your B strips on first and press. Next, you're going to sew your A strips, which are the longer ones, and that will bring your block to size. And there you have it. All right, she's done. Remember, you have to make 2, whether you're doing the navy blue or the cream, the other colorway. So there you go. Now we are finished with what I consider a new block, because I had never made one of these blocks before. I'd never seen it before, and I think it's a pretty cool block. It's just an illusion of where 2 blocks come together, and so you have like a basket here, here's its base, and then you have the basket here, and here's its base. Cool. All right, everybody have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next video. Don't forget to download your pattern first. Please don't forget to download your pattern first. Don't wait for the video to be released. Go get your pattern first. You can visit my website, NancyMcNallyQuilts.com. You can put in the search box Baskets and Blooms, and the rules and supplies will come up. That page will come up, and the patterns for you to download. All right, have a fantastic day, and thank you again.